Bienvenidos a todos la gente que está mirando. Estamos aquí con el MLE y tenemos una más partido para ser jugado. Yo estoy aquí con Sliggy y yo estoy Squid y estamos muy excitados sobre esta partida. And I think that excitado is the wrong word, but I tried, and that is what counts. I'll have to look that one up later, or I could just ask people in the Spanish Discord. But yes, I'm Squid with Sliggy. We got one more match coming your way. Champion League Pirates and Rhinos. And it should be an absolute banger. We've seen two fantastic matchups already tonight. And this should be a wonderful way to round out the night of Rocket League.
You know, I'm impressed. I have no idea what you said, but I'm sure it was very fluent Spanish.
There was just the one word which I was uncertain about there for a second, but I think it was okay. So
yeah. Well, you know, what I hope is okay, though, is I hope this game is okay, because like you were sort of mentioning, we've had two really good series back-to-back to lead us into this final of the series, and we are jumping up a bit, going up to the Champ League, so this should be some faster play, some better mechanical skill. Let's go ahead and take a look at the standings for the Champ League divisions and conferences so we can see a bit of what we're going to be working with heading into this game. And your screen, you're going to be able to see them in the orange conference right over there. The Rhinos sitting at third in their conference with 10-5. The Pirates not too far behind at 7th. So both of these teams really close together, Squid. I think we've got a real good one to end off the night.
Absolutely. And again, you know, we talked about in our previous matches that for either of these teams, a complete 5-0 sweep would be the number one, you know, best outcome. I mean, obviously it is, but it's all the more important due to their standings. They want to pull away from the pack. And of course, you mentioned Pirates sitting down there in 7th place at 8 wins and 7 losses. 5 game wins would work wonders for them, and it would give them a lot of momentum moving into week number 4. But, of course, Pirates going to give them a lot of resistance, as Pirates are known to do. For some reason, I don't know. Cannonballs, there's something to be said there. But we got the teams already, so I think it's enough of the talk at League. Let's get into the actual action. Once again, Champions League to round out tonight's action. This high-octane games of Rocket League. Rhinos over there in the yellow, Pirates in the black. Some interesting colors, but I have to say, you know, everybody enjoys a nice, clean black car, so...
Yeah, I mean, the Pirates look really good, and the players representing them is going to be Millerball 22 and Mr. Warrior Cray. On the Rhino side, we've got T-Nori and Mythonian. So these are going to be the players battling it out over the next 5 games to finish off the night for us. The Pirates putting on some good initial pressure. It's going to be over to Mr. Warrior, who's trying to follow it back up, gets a block from Mythonian.
And some nice effort there trying to get that one through, and no save comes out. T-Nori coming out on the sideline. A nice banger into the upper 90 here.
Yeah, just a great shot. Sends it all the way, like you said, upper 90. And what a beautiful way to start off the day for them, getting them off to a 1-0 lead.
This face-off going to favor the Pirates, however. Great slow play there by Mr. Warrior. Can't get that flick as T-Nori will send it away. Mythonian quick in the air to that ball, but not much in the way of a follow-up. That might create an opportunity, but no shot on target to punish. Some great aerial possession here for Mr. Warrior. Also gets the Goomba Stomp. Gonna try and get around this ball. No luck. There is a Miller Ball to back it up, and can't quite find the double tap. Mythonian getting a little bit in the way of that one, but the Pirates still struggling to find some solid offense as their second man is taken away.
Yeah, Mythonian going to look to take advantage, but Miller Ball on the respawn, able to get there in time. Now Cray is going to look to get possession. Cray now has the ball on top of his car. Is going to try and get it past one, but Mythonian coming through with the block. Miller Ball looking to follow it up, but it's cleared away. It's Cray and Mythonian jostling for possession. It's Miller Ball clearing it again downfield. Off the back wall, Cray again trying to get on top, but T-Nori actually falling a bit down. It's going to be Cray putting it in again, but Miller Ball is just too far away.
And the approach here for the Pirates has got to be just a little bit more calculated. I noticed Miller Ball making an initial challenge off that recent challenge to the back wall. That's not going to be a good one either. T-Nori has no trouble putting that one on target. Great play here by Mythonian, getting it past the second man. reading that one off the ceiling as well. Great attack of opportunity on that ball.
Yeah, just an excellent follow-up right there in the bottom left. Does well to get it through, and now it's a 2-0 lead for the Rhinos, who are off to a really great start so far.
Again, the Pirates, I was just going to note, could afford a little bit more consistency with how their pushes are going. I've noticed now a couple of times from Miller Ball where he's just not necessarily made the touch that they were looking for, the one that Mr. Warrior Gray was expecting. Sorry, get that one a little bit confused there.
No, it is all good. Mithonian with another excellent angle off the ground pinch. Rhinos absolutely on fire right now.
Yeah, Miller Ball getting a massive dunk against there. Mithonian got to read that one out of the corner. And now 100% goal participation for him. And he finally got his first goal of the game, racking up 2 saves as well. So he's been all over the field, and there might be another chance here for the Rhinos. Nice touch there by Tinori, but Mr. Warrior has a beat on it from the outset. It'll be tossed down to the side. Now Miller Ball downfield, looking to make this read out of the corner. Has to tap it up high, and the follow-up will not be there. The bump doesn't come through either.
Well, that's going to come back out to Mithonian, downfield to Tinori. He looked to line up that double touch off the backboard, but couldn't get the follow-through. So now it's Miller Ball trying his hand at getting it back downfield. But they've got to try and get back down to their own half quickly as Mithonian pressuring. Going to be Cray picking it up off the wall. Looks to get around Tinori, which he does. He's got one to beat. Mithonian reads it well. Gets it over in a well put together play to get 1 goal back.
Yeah, Mithonian playing this one honestly about as well as you can in that position, just trying to make that little bit of a fake challenge, but not moving too far out of the goal line. But that flick was just a little bit too high, and Mr. Warrior waiting just long enough where Mithonian wouldn't be able to make that kind of reaction from the place that he was in. Wonderfully played on that 1v1. Now Miller Ball trying to go for one of himself, and that one almost didn't work out, but they do end up with a possession in the end.
It's going to be Cray again trying to make their way downfield.
Oh.
He gets a good hit. My goodness, what a play. And it gets them back within 1 goal.
This is absolutely phenomenal. That fake taking Mithonian out of the play entirely, and then the second defender also going to be eliminated from the equation. What a wonderful flick over top. Didn't even need Miller Ball, but I'm sure he was out there in center for support in case that one came off the back wall. A minute 48. The Pirates are starting to come alive. A great fake there off the kickoff, but he can't get it around Tinori. Mr. Warrior truly has come alive here in the second half.
And Cray going for highlight reel plays right now. 2 excellent fakes back to back. They've got to try and maintain this pressure. It's the Rhinos now putting it on in their half. That's a long clear downfield. Mithonian having to get a touch. It's going to be on the side wall, but Cray to follow it up again. Tinori is there. Is Miller Ball challenging it again. Puts it middle. Cray a bit too far back to be able to take proper advantage. It'll be off the back wall again. Cleared away from Mithonian, and now Miller Ball is going to have to track back.
Yeah, they had some decent, respectable longest time there, but Miller getting caught just a little bit far forward. That 50-50, definitely dangerous, but no punish for the Pirates. Cray looks to take this one out of the corner. Mithonian's going to force the issue. Now Miller, pass up to Cray, gets this one touch around the last man. Can he get this one away? He can't.
Oh!
Cray comes off the sidewall, gets the hat trick, off the pass from Miller downfield. Beautiful transition and well played overall.
Mithonian, I think, thought that Cray was going to get there faster than he did. And when he doesn't, it throws off his momentum. He misses the ball, and then Cray's like, oh, I'll go ahead and sweep that up. Why don't I? Great play from them, and it puts them back level in this game now. It's
one of the realities of Rocket League. You know, Mithonian realized that he needed to get in front of that ball in some meaningful way. But unfortunately, just a little bit too fast for his own good there. Now 30 seconds remaining. Looking downfield, great takeaway there by Cray. Looks for the bump as well, but does not find it. Will allow the Rhinos a bit of an advance here. Out of the corner comes Miller. No boost to work with here, but it does spawn on the side right in front of him. Tinori, unfortunately for the Pirates, will get it all. And this might turn to a pass. That was a close call. Miller Ball does get it to the corner, but it looks like we might end regulation with a tie, as the Pirates will now likely seek to set this one down, and Cray is going to do exactly that.
And Cray's like, nope, gonna go ahead and go to overtime. Not gonna try and carry it down from my own half. That's a bit too risky for me. Well, we are off in this overtime as Miller Ball gets it off the backboard and follows up with the boost. It's been a thrilling game one so far. I'm not sure which of these two teams is going to be able to take it. The Rhinos have looked really good as a team, but Cray has been the man with the plan, popping off so far with a hat trick on his team right now. We'll see who's able to put together the correct plays to get through. We're still 30 seconds into this overtime. No goal as Cray gets it past one. Almost finds the dunk on T. Nori, but they've got to be careful now as T. Nori gets it over to Smithsonian. Did I say Smithsonian? I'm being Mythonian.
Well, you know, it was probably bound to happen at some point or another, so can't really blame me for that one. But I do agree, you know, Cray has been a standout player here, and you cannot ignore his individual talent when it comes down to it. But we also have seen some decent plays from Miller Ball. That is not what we expected out of Cray. Fortunately for the Pirates, it's not what the Rhinos were expecting either, and they were unable to capitalize as a result. Nice stop out on the side wall. Big bump of the net. Mythonian's going to be up for that one. Does not win the 50-50. It's going to be a dangerous situation for the Rhinos. T. Nori has to force it into his own corner and grabs the boost, but does manage to get that initial touch off the wall, allowing plenty of time for Mythonian to reset, and he's actually going to be able to push this one all the way downfield off the top cross, and he's not able to make the read. Leaves it for Mythonian instead. Now off the back wall, nobody's there for it, but Cray gets there far before any offense can come through and gets it onto the other side. Lots of chances here on both ends of the ball, but none of them have been particularly contested by the offense.
Yeah, it's been a lot of back and forth action. The speed really starting to pick up as both teams starting to get more and more desperate as we close down on the second minute of overtime. This is an opportunity for Mythonian. Cray jumps up. He doesn't have to get it, though. The bar doing the work for him. Going to be off this side wall now as Cray trying to push it down again, but T. Nori there to follow through. Miller Ball on the block, and now Cray back in net. This ball coming dangerously close, but a good play to go up off the backboard to be able to reach that in time. It's going to be T. Nori with another shot. The bump came through from Mythonian, but the shot was off target, and this overtime will continue on another, but it somehow doesn't find his way. Cray incredibly stays in front of it.
Oh, but this one might be dangerous. Cray's got no boost, and it's just gonna sink in. And oh my goodness, I bet T. Nori is wiping sweat off the brow, though, because that bump play from earlier, that's one that I was going to mention. You pretty much had to turn that one in. Unfortunately for the Rhinos, they did not come back to haunt them. But some great individual effort there by Cray throughout the entirety of this match cannot be denied. And kept this entire thing close. This was a great game one to start this series.
Yeah, I mean, what a way, again, to start things off. 2.5 minutes of thrilling overtime after 5 minutes of thrilling regulation. And it's the Rhinos who end up coming away in the front there off of a booming shot from Mythonian to put it in at the final bit. But what a great game played by both of these teams. And I really expect the speed to continue to grow and grow as this series moves along, Squid.
Oh, yes, I'm very excited. I have to say, you know, the evolution of this dynamic is going to be something I watch with a very keen eye because I'm very interested to see if we're going to start seeing a couple more team plays out of Miller and Cray, because we saw, you know, Cray was doing work. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like Miller wanted to get involved in some way or another and just didn't quite have the chances to do so. So I feel like if the Pirates can really start putting 2 and 2 together, you know, there's a puzzle. They got the pieces, but they don't really know what's supposed to go where, it feels like, when it comes to making team plays. And if they can start doing that, then I think the Rhinos are going to be in some very real trouble.
No, I do as well. This series nowhere near over as we get started with game number 2. That kickoff going to be favorable for the Rhinos. T. Nori looks to get that center. Cray not able to find the follow through, but he does get the demo. If that man can't find the ball, he'll find your car and send it to another dimension. What a start for the Pirates.
And you could tell as soon as Cray gets past his ball, Miller knew exactly what was going on. There was some very clear and concise communication going on there. And Miller just dove directly at the ball, where any other player would realize that you need to respect that play. He knew that he had the chance to make it. He trusted in Cray, and that's exactly what you need as far as synergy goes. Oh, and that is pretty much the antithesis of what I said. Fleeky, you want to take this one? I'll let you have it.
I mean, that's about as free as goals come, really, especially at this level. It's a poor miss, a great pickup from Cray, who I'm sure as soon as he saw that, his eyes lit up with glee because it puts his team off to a 2-0 lead. Not even 30 seconds. It could be 3. Cray sending another one through. It finds its way past, threading the needle, and now the Pirates really beginning to run away.
And this is the last thing you want to see if you are T-Nori in that situation. You got the first touch out off onto the sidewall, and, sure, Methodian, you want to get that clear away, but you got to consider where your second man is going to be if that clear goes awry. And that seems to be what really broke their back in that play, so to speak. And now we're not even 1 minute into this game, and the Pirates already have a commanding lead here, and they're looking for more. Mr. Warrior Cray taking this one up onto the side wall in the back, but Miller has to respect the clear. Finally, the Rhinos get into the offensive side, but they're not going to stay there for long. Pass off to Cray back onto the back wall. Miller going to defer on that one as well, and they might actually get scored on. Counterattack, T-Nori puts Rhinos on the board. First shot of the game, and it's from downtown.
Cray's going for some nutty shots, but when you do that, you've got to make sure that defensively you're rotating properly. They don't there. They find themselves both deep in the Rhinos' half. And the Rhinos, T-Nori able to take advantage of that and just send a clear downfield. And it cuts their lead down by 1. Still loads of time left in this game. And it could be 2 here as T-Nori trying to jump back around. He's able to get it past Cray, but it's wide high over the bar.
And, it felt like there were some mind games that were trying to be played there, but just nothing too impactful. And Cray looking for a double tap. It just gets a little bit around that ball. Another shot on target here by Methodian, cleared away by Miller. It was a close call indeed, but it does get back across the midfield line. Now pass from T-Nori to Methodian is successful in getting this ball away. Touch back into the midfield, and a great cutoff. Cray can't quite get it on target. T-Nori was prepared, however. It makes me wonder if the Rhinos are trying to get a little bit more prepared for Cray's play. Clearly, that's not the case. Methodian outplayed there for just a second, but Miller nowhere to be found. Great 50-50 win here. Should be an open net if he can get around it. Got off for the pass instead, but no. Cut off by Methodian. And the Pirates just lacking the velocity to turn that one in.
And it's going to be Methodian now, putting it back downfield. Trying to find any space they can to try and close the gap even farther in this game. As Miller Ball looks to pick it up, he does. T-Nori clocking it away. Ooh, and a good follow-up off that recovery. He's got an opportunity. He gets it past Miller Ball, gets it on the line, but somehow, some way, Warrior Cray clears it off the line, and Miller Ball on the immediate counterattack to make it 4-1.
And if you are a Rhinos fan, this whole play probably delivered great pain to you, at least in some way, shape, or form, because there are probably going to be a lot of people out there that thought that ball was probably sufficiently over the goal line to trigger an explosion, but you would apparently be mistaken. Great speed here, though, by Methodian. He's going to get that one back. T-Nori will pick up the assist here on that faceoff, and it was rather favorable, but this is so difficult to be that quick on. Methodian had to come from all the way in his own back corner to across the midfield line into the offensive third and still beat the opponent. He managed it.
Yeah, good play, good awareness to maintain your composure and get back goals when you can. There's still about 2 minutes left in this game, so 2 goals absolutely going to be able to be found if they can get through. It's going to be T-Nori off of a good pickup. He's able to get it past Miller Ball, but Cray there to pick it up and try to move it back downfield. Gonna take it off the wall. It's a center towards Miller Ball. Gonna hit off the corner, and T-Nori is gonna be able to take control. Back down this left side, back over to Cray, who's dribbling it all the way down. He almost finds it. What was that angle? Cray, even though he doesn't find the goal, just a sheer attempt to go for that is absolutely insane.
And it's a clear way there as well, but oh my god. That was aggressive, but also impactful. My god. I can't believe you almost made that one work. I've always been of the opinion that air drags and, this kind of like aerial solo plays generally,
Okay.
wait a second. Hang on.
I thought he was there.
So we have two defenders in the net, right? Tinori, oh.
That
Well.
I could have swore that was in his car. He was so close to getting that clear off the line. Bit unfortunate of a situation for him there. And that might put the game out of reach with such little time left, Squid.
Yeah, I have to say, that was not a shot that I was necessarily expecting you to go in. I feel like we may be able to tack that one up to a bit of an individual error there on the part of the Rhinos defense, but looks like the Pirates will get an extra one here, and Cray with a hat trick now in the game. Splitting of the goals now between the two players. And you got to give him credit where credit's due. There's been some great effort on the striking side, but I feel like the Rhinos may have had a little bit of a breakdown in this game, and it may be contributing factor may be the fact that they ended up, being down by a significant amount rather early on.
And I've got to give props to Miller there as well, realizing that ball was well in. You could have gone for the secure. No one would have blamed you, but to let your teammate get the points for it, good sportsmanship and teamwork there. As Cray actually might be able to pick another one off here. He looks for the double and gets it. Cray is absolutely bonkers so far this series.
He is just out here doing work. And Tony, he's doing everything that in his power to try and keep this goal from going in, but unfortunately no. And I see a couple of people calling for play of the week in chat. And, that I feel definitely could be a contender. Beautiful double tap. But Tinori actually wants to put his own bid in, gets one off the crossbar and back in to the opposite corner. What in the world is this dichotomy right now?
Double touch into double touch. Tinori with the speed follows it up with surgical precision and just gets it through. There's still time for the Rhinos in this game, though fleeting as it may be. And with that kickoff not going their way, they might have run out of time. They've got to score off that. That block from Cray should secure the game for the Pirates. But I'm still think, even with how big the score differential is in this game, Squid, that we are far from over in this series.
I absolutely agree with you there. I see Queso out there in the chat asking if both goals can be part of the play of the week. And honestly,
oh, man.
Here's the thing about that, right? I mean, if they happen so close together, you might be able to get them into one 60-second clip. So in all honesty, it could be like a combined play of the week.
Yeah,
That's just a thought.
It really could. Depending on how you clip it, it could sneak its way through there. But my goodness, so many play of the week contenders, not only in this game, not only in this series, but tonight in general. It's going to be one heck of a time trying to pick from all of the phenomenal plays we've seen so far. And we still got 3 games left in this series, Squid.
Yeah, this is getting a little bit ridiculous. And we can talk about play of the week all day long, but I have to say, if Rhinos don't want those play of the weeks to happen against them, then please invest a little bit more into the defense. Because how many Pirates goals did we see that were off of transition? I feel like, a non-zero amount is already too many, but I feel like we might be moving into the range of 2 or 3. So that might be something to examine. And they might get a couple of play of the week opportunities themselves. But I will say, Tinori with that double tap, that was clean. That was a great response, I'll say.
Absolutely clean. And, Cray has been absolutely cracked so far this series. He's pulling off stuff. Like, this is Champ League. Since when is this Champ League? I don't feel like a GC looking at some of this stuff because I can't pull that off. Like, what is going on? This is nuts. And I love it.
It is pretty insane. But personally, I don't have these. I mean, Sleepy, if you want me, I can coach you. I don't know how much that would help because I think we're kind of like the same rank. But you get the idea. Here we go. Pirates Rhinos game 3 now, tied at 1 apiece. And the Pirates going to be trying to play out the momentum they had from that 4-goal lead that they had at the end of the previous regulation period. Face-off went relatively even, though. Mythonian free shot on target. Didn't put it there, but will follow it up. And a bomb covers the field in radiation. Honestly, I mean, are we considering the environment? Like, whoever made this goal explosion, I don't think was very environmentally conscious, because do you realize how much kind of radiation there is in there? I mean, we don't even have a Geiger counter, and we can hear it going off. That's ridiculous.
They also are definitely do not care about the health condition of my eyeballs. Because every time that goal explosion goes off, I just about go blind. Cray, though, not blind to the open goal in front of him, able to slide it through to get things back level. A competent shot that caught T. Nori still trying to track his way back.
Yeah, very great positioning there as well. Cray realizing that ball was going to have to go out into the corner and somehow, some way, they able to close the gap and just happen to have an angle on net at the same time. So things tie up early on here. 30 seconds now gone in regulation.
It's going to be Cray getting a good block there again. It's T. Nori trying to follow it up on this left side. Gets a touch. It falls back down. Methonian with another follow-up touch. Looks to get it there again, but not quite. Cray off the sidewall. Back to T. Nori. Going to be off the back wall. Miller ball looking to get it through. Methonian with a bit of an off touch. He's able to get there just in time to avoid disaster.
And avoiding disaster is about all you could do in that situation. There was still a chance for a follow-up there, and that one gets blasted all the way downfield. And that looks like it's going to be a free assist for Methonian. And you know how the turntables, because I mentioned how the Pirates seem to get more than one transition goals in the last game, and now the Rhinos going to get a freebie here.
Yeah, and what a pinch off the back wall as well. Got so much power to send that downfield. All T. Nori had to do was just follow it to finish it through. We'll see how this game continues. It feels like the Pirates have slowed down just a bit for now. But there's still so much time left in this game. Only a minute and a half gone. It's a 2-1 lead right now for the Rhinos. T. Nori picks this up in his own half. Is going to look to get it past Cray, trying to fake him out, but Cray shadowing well. Going to be knocked back down again. Methonian off the backboard, and Miller ball able to get a touch to keep it away.
Yeah, great backboard defense there, and if anybody has watched me before in the commentary booth, then you know how adamant I am about keeping somebody on the backboard to defend it, because that is of paramount importance when it comes to these higher ranks. People will abuse you if you do not have somebody defending the backboard, so very well played. We did note how the Pirates seem to be slowing down. I think that's a sentiment that I'll echo, and I really do feel like a lot of eyes are on Mr. Warrior Cray at this point in time as play is winding down here at half.
It's going to be off the backboard again. It's a good pickup by Methonian. Miller ball on top of it for now, but Methonian following through quickly. He's going to get another there. T. Nori wrapping around. What a pinch off the sidewall, sending it all the way downfield. It's going to be T. Nori now back. Mr. Warrior Cray 2K trying to get the pickup off the sidewall, but he can't keep control. Methonian back over into midfield, but Miller ball will pick it through. T. Nori now looking to take it off the ceiling. He had the flip, but he couldn't quite get the touch. He got a bit too far away from him too quickly.
And again, you know, I mentioned how we did talk about the pace of play slowing down, and that's a great demo, but still not enough to allow for a Rhinos goal. Both teams playing a bit more safe, I guess. There's a lot of ping pong going on. You know, nobody's really holding on to possession. And I feel like there might be a lot of individual efforts going into this. So that physical play, definitely a little bit of a breaking the mold, but apparently not quite enough.
Oh, it's a good pass in from Mr. Warrior, but not quite enough. 90 seconds left. Rhinos holding on to their lead right now as Methonian is able to get it past one off the sidewall. Backboard, Cray is there. Looks to follow it up. Gets a good 50 there. Following it through off the wall. It'll be Miller ball again, but that's a bit of a giveaway to Methonian, but he wasn't quite able to get it on target. Still time, 1:10 left in regulation, and only one goal in between these two teams right now.
And I have to question the Rhinos' strategy here, because they could very easily try to turtle up and keep the Pirates to just this one goal for regulation, but they seem to be adamant about going on the attack even further and further. even as we come into the final minute of gameplay now, and Warrior gonna go low with this ball. Miller comes in just a moment early, and now Tinori looking for the counterattack will send it to the black wall. But Methoni is just gonna pick it up here at the midfield line, and again, the Rhinos, I gotta ask, you know, are you guys gonna please slow it down, because I do not want to see overcommit here in the full time for the Pirates.
Well, they are pressing deep in the half right now. Miller Ball able to get a clear away, but T-Nori's there. Methonian looked for a demo. He didn't find it. That could be dangerous. He gets in front, but Mr. Warrior's gonna be there. And just like you feared, overcommitting is the death of the Rhinos, as Cray able to follow it through and send it home to get things back level with 14 seconds remaining.
And as you said, my greatest fears realized. It is because Methoni was up there in that zone, and Tinori felt obliged to try and make that pass out into midfield. There had to be some communication from one player or the other saying, hey, don't go for this pass, just waste their time. Waste their time 2020. That's basically what their gameplay needed to be, and they were unable to do that. But Tinori, a great dunk, but he couldn't recover in time. OT we go.
And it really, this OT it feels like Rhino snatching the feet out of the jaws of victory if they end up losing this game. They had it in their hand, and too much aggression ends up sending them into overtime. We'll see how they're able to come away with this. Miller Ball is going to get a good touch on this left side, but T-Nori there to follow it through. Cray up on the wall again. He's going to send that near frame. It's coming really close. Methonian decides that he wants to take a shot on it. Miller Ball going to knock it up again. Cray back down, but T-Nori to clear it away.
No pass attempt there either from Cray. I find that to be a little bit interesting, opting to try and make that solo instead.
Well, it could be a passing attempt here. Miller Ball just not quite able to get around to it. Cray taking his time, gets a good hit on the ball there, but not able to get it through. 1 minute gone. Methonian with an opportunity, but Cray coming through with the block. Miller Ball is going to send that back into the other side of the field. Cray chasing it down, trying to beat Methonian. We're seeing so much back and forth action happen right now. That could be something there. T-Nori going to send it, but it's off the post. Methonian will follow it through. And the overcommit that sent them into overtime ends up not being deadly as they take the win regardless.
And I believe it was just a matter of Cray expecting a long clear there from Miller Ball, and it just didn't come through. That one popping so high up that T-Nori had that opportunity. He saw it, he took it, and he didn't need to get that one on target. And that's the nice thing I saw about this very last play for the Rhinos. They didn't feel the need to compulsively shoot that ball. He just knew he needed to beat the defender, and once that was accomplished, Methonian could clean it up no problem. So that's some great faith there in the fullest of time there for the Rhinos. Now up 2-1, and again, they are currently standing above the Pirates in the rankings, so they absolutely need to take this win if they want to avoid falling any more than they presently are. Obviously, 4-1 is their optimal scenario now, but I feel like they are walking on a darn fine line, Sliggy.
Yeah, that they are. And the Pirates have been looking really good so far. They've just been coming ever so short in the moments where they really need to. I don't know what they need to do better except just capitalize more on the opportunities when they come their way. We are going to get a server reset, though. The Pirates are requesting one, so we're going to go ahead and get that set up for them. But don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to go ahead and get started with Game 4 of this series. Rhinos currently controlling a 2-1 lead, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Alrighty, welcome back, everybody. We've got yet another brand new server to get things back underway with the Pirates and the Rhinos. Game 4 of the Champions League. Again, my name's Sliggy. Join with me is the wonderful Squid. And Squid, we're about to jump straight back into Game 4 between these two teams.
Back into the deep end, because this was a rather exciting series, I believe, so far. And I am excited to see where this one goes. Rhinos leading 2-1 against the Pirates. And I believe, Slee, we kind of mentioned in the break that bit of an interesting development because the Pirates did look very strong in their Game 2 performance. They just were not able to replicate it in our third match.
Yeah, the Pirates have looked good pretty much overall so far. They just haven't been able to close things out when it's mattered the most. They've got that one win. But other than that, the Rhinos seem to be sneaking away with victories. It's going to fall down for Cray for Miller Ball. Miller Ball, you can see based on the reaction of his card, he was like, oh, okay, I'll just go ahead and score that then, sure.
Pretty much, but, you know, Sliggy, you remember what I said last game about backboards and defense?
I do.
Well, I can't help but notice that Mythonian went up for that backboard clear, and he didn't get it. You remember what I said people would do if you don't defend your backboard?
That I do.
They're gonna abuse it, all right? And that's the first Pirates goal. You know, I don't say this stuff because it's not true. I don't say this stuff because it gets good ratings or whatever. I say it because it is true. It's gonna happen.
Well, we'll see if their backboard defense can pick up a little bit. Cray actually gets a great block there. He's able to stay in front of that effort from T. Nori. Going to be Mythonian now with control. As Miller Ball gets the clear back downfield, T. Nori will turn on it, gets it over one. He's able to get a powerful hit off the backboard, and Miller Ball has to clear it away to his left side. Cray, I think he might have got a flip reset off that. Looked like he landed all four wheels. The save coming through, but it doesn't come through there. Great combo effort, and the Pirates off to a 2-0 lead.
And this is an incredibly favorable contest, I think, out here. Once again, it's that backboard, and T. Nori actually did not get nearly as close to the ball as I thought he would. I think maybe he thought Cray was going to be a little bit more in the corner area as opposed to out in the mid. But either way, that went the way of the Pirates, and a freebie goal for them off that pass from Miller.
That's a demo on T. Nori right there as Mythonian's going to look to try and get it back downfield. Miller Ball will pick it up, trying to get it through. What a great juke, but he's not able to get it past Nori. 3:05 remaining is Cray now back on this left side. It's going to be Miller Ball, who actually doesn't quite get full control. He puts it right in front. T. Nori is there, but Cray able to get back just in time. So close.
And the Rhinos is losing steam on that offense, and by that, I mostly mean T. Nori not having the boots to get that ball away from Cray. Now, which I'm gonna tack that one up to a missed chance there for the Rhinos. Just a little bit better boost control would have netted them a goal there, but it is the half still. Plenty of time for them to work with, but not for a 3-goal deficit. Miller getting that one around T. Nori, and unfortunately, a goal down for the Rhinos once again.
Yeah, and right as we cross over into the second half as well, just good awareness from Miller Ball to know that he had to go up and challenge that quickly. He had him beat. It's a 3-goal advantage for the Pirates now. They got to try and make sure they hold on to it. There's still a lot of time for the Rhinos to come back as Mythonian almost gets one back right there. It'll be T. Nori out of his own half. Looking to pick it up here. He's got Mythonian right in front, but Miller Ball with the block. It's going to be Miller Ball again trying to move it downfield, but a good block from Mythonian. Cray, though, could follow it up. He sends that on target, but T. Nori is going to come away with a save.
And Miller there at the midfield line, trying to get that one over to Cray, but there just wasn't enough boost in the tank, but still a great idea. Mythonian. Terribly sorry about that one, buddy. I was getting a little bit caught up in that play. Almost got that second touch over top of Miller Ball to get the Rhinos' first goal. Pass out in the center here, beautifully played. And these are the team plays that I was talking about back before we had to take that little intermission. I thought the Pirates would be a whole lot stronger with plays like these, and it's proven its point.
Yeah, and you know, he died for that shot, but it ends up paying off with a goal. And it's good to see the Pirates utilizing those team plays. Like you were saying, a lot in this series, we've seen Cray sort of taking it upon himself to try and go for solo efforts with Miller Ball playing as support. But to see them, you know, trying to go for these connections, these combo plays, it's really going to start to open up space for them. And they can continue to try and take advantage of that space. But T Nori seeing space in this half, trying to get it back downfield. Methonian challenging quickly. Cray, though, is going to win it. He's going to try and take it off the wall, but a good block from Methonian, keeping it in the Pirates' half for right now.
The Rhinos could use all the possession that they can get, especially considering that 1 minute buzzer is just now sounded. Things looking a little bit hairy for them here as we now in these final 60 seconds. I don't know. I feel like the Pirates got this one pretty well locked down. We haven't seen any significant offensive chances, it feels, for the Rhinos. Every single one of their shots has been met with a save, and this one might not be any different, but the shot's not even coming on target. It was a little bit wide on the post.
Well, that's actually a clear back into the midfield, but Miller following it up well. Cray getting off the pass, and that sails in right under the bar, and yet another great team play to get them even farther in the lead.
And again, you know, I really feel like that their team play started to take off in this series, mostly because at what point would anybody ever want to hit the ball directly, basically perpendicular to the air to where advancing the ball would normally be considered? Well, that's why, because you're trying to pass it out to your teammate. But it was such a direct pass, you could clearly tell that that was prefabricated. And generally, well done by the Pirates. The Rhinos going to get one back for free. Nice demo by Methoni, and T Nori will not miss that one.
Yeah, this is a good follow through. It's pretty much in the dead zone of the game because there's no coming back at this point, but it at least helps build some confidence. And you know, I'm starting to realize, Squid, we're going to have a decisive Game 5 coming up in just a few short moments.
Exciting stuff. Well, the Pirates have looked, you know, no matter how much confidence the Rhinos can get back here, I have got to say, I feel like the Pirates, and I would say Mr. Warrior Cray to lead the way, but he didn't even get MVP this game. It was Miller with the playmaker, and I believe had a couple of more saves as well. And, you know, when we saw Cray, you know, open up the series with some phenomenal individual mechanics and skill, I think Miller, you know, kind of said, hey, I don't want to be left in the shadows. And instead of trying to, he didn't try to really outshine Cray, and instead made a bunch of team plays, started stepping up on his own. And now we've got two fantastically talented individuals who are popping off for the Pirates.
Yeah, no, and this is what it all comes down to for both of these teams. We've seen the Pirates pop off with Cray doing solid solo efforts, Miller Ball getting the ball in the position for Cray to take advantage of. And on the flip side of that, we've seen the Rhinos play smart Rocket League. Their defensive rotations are good. Their offensive rotations equally so. They just need to put together a solid 5 minutes here in the final game to come through. But what a way to end off the night. This has been such an exciting series so far. And now it's coming down to a Game 5 that will determine which of these two teams is going to be walking away as the victor of this game, Squid.
And, you know, I don't want to say it because it's not going to happen if I do. But you're all thinking it, all right? And I'll wait for you to say it in the chat so that way, you know, I can make sure. But you all know what I'm going to say here. But it would be great if we could see, you know, the game go, you know, considerably longer than usual in some way, shape, or form. Again, I'm not saying it's going to happen. What are you talking about? But anyways, let's get into the game. Game number. All right. Oh, well, now you broken it. Anyways, game number 5 with 5 minutes here. Pirates and Rhinos. Can the Rhinos bring back what was such a dominant game 4 win for the Pirates? A nice shot here is going to open up the scoring sheet. Methonian, the first goal of the game with only 9 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, and just an excellent way to start things off as well. Methonian placement was right on point. And 9 seconds into Game 5, it's the Rhinos off to a 1-0 lead.
And another favorable face-off here. T Nori gonna look to play this one. But Cray picks it up instead. Plenty of boost to work with. You're only one defender to beat, but Methonian will not be beaten so easily. And Cray taking out Miller Ball looking for the shot. A great heads-up play. Again, Methodian trying to cut that one off, and there was T-Nori was also already going to make a shot on target here. And the Rhinos looking to keep his offense up as much as they can. And Methodian double tap off onto the back wall, but Miller is there, the backboard defense coming through.
Well, it's going to be T-Nori right now with possession. Cray actually trying to send that in on goal. He's going to look to get a follow-up touch here, but T-Nori will have possession. Oh, Miller ball with space, but it's going to be high. Opportunities opening up for the Pirates, but they haven't been able to take advantage of them yet. As the Rhinos look to get some pressure going on here in the Pirates half. It's going to be Cray again, though. Back over to Tori. Change of possession happening so quickly between these two teams. It's going to be Miller ball, slowing it down just a bit. Looking to try and get it past, but no cigar quite yet. Cray again with possession. He's got Methodian to beat, and he'll get it past to get things back level at 1-1.
And Craig going to bring out the individual mechanics to make it work again. T-Nori's taken out of the play, fakes the cutoff onto the right side, and Methodian bites at it. Wonderfully played there, tying things up 3 minutes and 40. But I have to say, you know, the Pirates, they played such a strong team game in the last one. And I feel like the Rhinos are trying to suffocate their opportunities to do so this time around. Miller ball quickly on the bat and cannot get that one past the defender. Craig will recenter. But once again, gets cleared down to the midfield line. Methodian shot chance, and we'll send it a little bit wide. Cray was there, and the Rhinos keep possession.
Well, that's back over to T-Nori again now. So it's going to go back into the Pirates' corner. T-Nori looking to challenge Miller ball. He's going to get it back in front. Methodian bailed on that. Could have been an opportunity for the Rhinos, but now Cray is going to get that really close to goal. He's trying to find the follow-up. Methodian with the speed to get there first. They look to get it center. Cray tracking back so quickly. T-Nori again going to look to get it to Methodian, but Miller ball sending it downfield. This could be the opportunity for a breakaway. He's just got to get it in on target. Oh, so close to getting the pass off, but the defense able to get back in time. Cray trying to force his way past, but he's not going to be able to get it past the stout defense that the Rhinos have on display right now.
Yeah, excellent half of awareness as well. That previous pass opportunity with Miller ball on the backboard, you saw Cray having to avoid a demo on the defensive side. He's going to set this one off on the back wall again, but Miller has to respect the possession there by T-Nori. Demos the last man, does Cray, and now he's going to have two players to contend with, one coming from behind. Can he get it around Methodian? Not quite, as it goes post and out. We're past into the second half now. The Pirates moving into their own backfield. A bit awkward in the corner. No touch here by Cray. T-Nori has plenty of options. Can't get up to the ball. This is very awkward in front of the net, but it does get cleared out into the corner. 2 minutes now on the clock, and the deciding goal is still yet to be scored.
That's blocked right back down in front again by Tori. Cray trying to follow it up, but Methodian is there. The crowd chanting defense. His defense has been such a critical moment, but T-Nori off of a defensive mistake, going to take advantage of all that open space and put the Rhinos in the lead 2-1.
And you mentioned that defense at a critical point, and I think this emphasizes it all the more. Miller ball getting a little bit too aggressive with that second man commit, and now it's the Rhinos. We've seen them in this situation before, up 2-1 with 100 seconds to go. They just need to not overcommit and make sure to keep their defense strong, and they can take this game 5 and this series and continue to stick in that top echelon of their conference.
Well, 90 seconds left in this game. Pirates down by 1. They've got a good block. Oh, if that demo didn't come through on Cray, that could have been a goal for the Pirates. Cray will pick it up, though, in his own half to look to try and start sending this back downfield, but T-Nori with a quick response. Going to be hitting the corner. Miller ball somehow finds a touch. T-Nori following it up, but it's going to be wide, and now Cray with possession. He's got one to beat. Final 60 seconds now on the clock as the Pirates desperately trying to do what they can to get it in front. Miller ball's there, but it's going to be blocked away. Time quickly running out for the Pirates.
And Cray had no boost on that approach. Miller ball came in, but there had to be some sort of communication, because now they find themselves in their own half. Not the greatest clear here. Tori's going to keep it in the corner, looking for the double tap, but no dice. Right for the pickup. Plenty of boost to work with. A great possession. Gets the flick off to the left side. Methodian's there for the save. Picks up a savior medal as well, and the defense holds strong. Gets this one past Miller ball as well, but Cray will keep it in the offensive half for the Pirates.
Final 30 seconds now on the clock and ticking down. It's do or die time for the Pirates. You've been playing well all series. Do you have what it takes to finish it off? Cray gets bumped, but T-Nori wasn't there. We're in the 10-second period. It's a counterattack for the Pirates. Warrior Cray gonna try and get in position. Miller Ball with the demo, but it's not gonna happen. T-Nori stays in front. They maintain possession, and they crush the hopes of the Pirates to take the series 3-2.
And Cray had to place the hopes of the entire game on the back of a 1v1 mind game, and T-Nori had the fortitude to get around it and make that play, get it out as fast and just as quickly and as far as possible. But dear God, what a series. And I am disappointed it didn't go into OT, but a 2-1 scoreline with it coming right down to the wire in the final seconds, I will take that. I will.
I'm not gonna lie. That game 5 was one of the most exciting games I've had the pleasure to cast. Both of these teams were truly, and I mean truly, giving it their all out on the field. They were leaving nothing behind. They were at the peak. It didn't feel like anyone was having a bad day. It was skill versus skill, and to come down to the wire like that in a decisive game 5, this is why I love Rocket League right here.
And again, you know, we said when we started this series, we were hoping for another absolutely outstanding matchup because we had our first 2 games were phenomenal as well, and this is like the perfect night for MLE. I think I might just never come back for fear that I'm never going to have anything as good as what we just saw. But you know, we saw so many fantastic plays, not just this series, as you mentioned earlier, but in the previous 2 matches as well. It's been great. It's been excellent. You know, fantastic, phenomenal, whatever you want to say. You know, there are not enough words to describe how high octane and fun these games have been.
Yeah, it's just a wonderful night, an excellent series to cap things off. And that will do it for us tonight. We'll be back again tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time with more Rocket League. But we have one final thing. Don't leave just yet. I see you trying to hit that X up there. Don't you do it just yet.
Okay.
We do have play of the week from week number 2 to show and cap off this stream. But, you know, before we finish the sign off, Squid, do you have anything else you'd like to say?
There's nothing more to say. I mean, you guys saw it all in these last games, so I'm excited to see this play of the week from week number 2, and honestly, I'm excited to see play of the week for next week because I'm assuming that I'm gonna see at least, you know, one of the plays at least in the nominations or the submissions. I'm excited for that, and I'm excited to see what we have for this week. Week number 2's play of the week coming at you. Let's roll the clip. Going to drop it off in the corner. Cravens with a pickup coming off the sidewall. That's a great pass out in the center. Can Ray take a foul? Oh my goodness, what an excellent play. What a play.
Not at all. Such a solid pass off the wall.
Those opportunities though. And he's air rolling in perfection.
Because that is a play of the week candidate. Peyton Eli getting it up to his teammate. Street Pharmacist flying, soaring to find the exact formula. That's what it's going to take. In games 1 and 2, I felt like they were pretty passive. Good flick there from Cyfry. Peyton Eli misses the touch. Cyfry catches that. He's practiced the dribbling challenge, and he has himself.